Welcome to another video. This video is titled The Coming of the Son of Man. And let us see throughout history what exactly did Jesus meant every time that, according to the book of Matthew, he used that term. Was he talking about a futuristic eschatological event? Or was he talking about a reality that needed to be understood and was fulfilled in the context of his people, of the first century audience that reflected what he said that it was going to happen according to this text. So let us see Matthew chapter 16, verse 27 and 28, and then I'll share a few words. Matthew 16:27 says, "For the Son of Man will come with his angels in the glory of his Father, and will judge all people according to their deeds. And I tell you the truth, some standing here right now will not die before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." So we have to see these verses in light of Jesus' ministry and what the truth that the gospel of the kingdom of God caused in his audience, especially his Judean countrymen, brothers, the 12 tribes of Israel, that mainly these teachings were for. So we see that when he meant by the Son of Man was talking about a title that he constantly used when he says, will come with his angels. What was the angels? And I know that it based on theology and Christianity, the angel is taking them literally. You know, you think an angel are these angels, things with wings and all that. If we see in history, angels, they are messengers of God. So if we see that God is spirit, then the angels, they gotta be reflecting or revealing something spiritual. So let me put this as an example. God is love. So what would be an angel of love? So the only way that love is manifested has to be through a human person that now understand the qualities and characteristic and attributes of love. Therefore, based on that understanding, now that creates within the human the motivation to do the actions in accordance to that which the person conceived as what love is. So it's like kind of like that fuel, that emotion, that thought, that feeling that creates the desire to act and represent love. So that is what in history, kind of like in this type of language, using metaphorical language, using symbolic language, is what in history the angels represented. And that's why it says, for the Son will come with his angel in the glory of the Father. You see, the glory of God. Again, God is spirit. So think about the power, the glory that love, this word, has in the mind of someone that really study love and comprehend what love is, and think about the power, the emotions that now this human being that conceive what love is now make manifest that reality within himself to perfection, to express the magnitude of love, but you see the power that causes within a human being to act. In the life of Jesus, he revealed to his own people the magnitude of love to the point that he suffered the death in order to show them how to love the neighbors, how love is. You don't harm when somebody's harming you. According to the teachings of history, he wanted to show the reality of the power within a person that understand what love is, and now in the same essence of that reality shows in evidence the actions that follow. So that is the power and glory manifested. So imagine God is truth. So what would be the power within a person that knows the truth, that now acts upon those principles and reality? God is justice or righteousness or purity, sincerity. All these qualities and attributes of God, they are fuel, power, glory, meaning something significant that once a human person understand them, see them meaning perceive them with the mind, hears the same spirit, the same essence, that conveys the heart, transform the heart into the same spirit, into the same willingness to act in accordance to that reality that now conceived. And that is what we see as we see in the text. For the Son of Man will come with his angel in the glory of the Father. So we see his ministry, what his ministry caused. His teachings about the kingdom of God is like, or his teaching about you are the light of the world, you are the salt, the teaching about the pure of heart will see God, the teachings about love one another, the teachings about be compassion to others, be merciful, the meekness of the self. All these teachings were the seeds of the glory of the kingdom of God, that for those, the soil, the disciples, the listeners, that in the process of Jesus' ministry, not only by listening, but also by physically seeing this human person manifesting the glory, manifesting the reality which Jesus conceived of God and his kingdom, his righteousness. That's why in all the actions, Jesus was sinless, blameless, because of what he understood of God. And that is our same reality 2,000 years later, in order for us to understand these verses in the same nature, essence, spirit, because it's conveying to us the same reality for us to work within ourselves in the same manner and likeness, into the perfection of the nature of Christ within us. So therefore, in the glory of his Father, and will judge all the people according to their deeds. So then we see, as Jesus said in Matthew 7, you will know a tree by their fruits, and also you will know people by their actions. So people act based on what they think, based on how they feel, based on their desires, based on their egocentric priorities, based on their compulsive nature. So therefore, in the process of Jesus' ministry, you saw this separation. Those who listen to the words of life, they live into that reality, the spiritual unity within the principles that they understood. But then also, based on the truth that Jesus shared, also that was the judgment. That was like the sword that came out of his mouth to judge the righteousness that revealed the true nature of the ones who wanted to continue living by their own desires. And they were judged by their deeds. And I tell you, this is verse 28, and I tell you the truth. Some standing right now will not die before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. And this is, like I said, this is what in actuality, in history, happened to those disciples and listeners who decided to recognize and to see the glory, meaning that they understood the spiritual lessons to be lived, to be harmonized within them. They saw the value on changing their actions, changing their desires, the egocentric ideas of how the world should be in my convenience and according to myself and my benefit. And let me understand, these are my brothers. Let me understand other people as I understand myself. And that was the realization of how they saw the glory of the kingdom of God within themselves. And this happened before the year 70. And so these texts, they're showing something significant that helps us today understand the same spirit. How we can imitate Jesus in like manner to become a Christ, someone anointed by the same spirit, mindfulness of God, that now in our context, we live in the actions that reflect that glory, that reflects the same desires, the same motivation, enthusiastic for a good life, for an honest life, for someone sincere in our context. And that's how we shine as the light of the world. So, understanding the coming of the Son of Man, something in the future, for those who want to keep on waiting, let them wait. But something to be realized in the present now, and to enjoy and to continue to grow in it. This is a series of certain verses in the book of Matthew. I'm going to also check out Matthew chapter 24, some verses in Matthew chapter 25, also Matthew chapter 13. And there are verses similar to this, and we're going to understand the essence of the Spirit, of how to work and understand and listen the same essence and work within us to grow. To grow spiritually is always related on growing emotionally. So we will see that all these teachings, they're relating to take people to grow emotionally. Don't judge others. See yourself. Look at the plank in your eyes. Don't see the little speck on the eye of other, meaning the eye. Look at the plank in your eye. Look at the way you think that is blinding you for the reality of the kingdom of Christ within. Namaste, shalom, and blessings, and we'll see you in the next video.